Hello Taurus, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 3rd to the 9th of June. Fully out of your birthday season, and things should really start moving on now for you. Things should be putting in and actioning, getting into a nice rhythm in life financially, as much as in your relationship side now more than anything else. And for a lot of you who've already had your birthday at the beginning of Taurus season, you're going to be in full flight. That's according to the Astroflower, that is, of course. Yes, so let's just pull out a set of cards here. I'm going to read it in a way that, you know, we'll read both sides of it more than anything else. There's two cards there. They both want to come out. They're both coming out. I don't know what they are. They're both coming out. So we're going to read it in both sides, really, at the beginning, to sort of, because there is the yin and the yang in life, and the yin and the yang exist because we have free will, and engaging with that free will determine the yin and the yang and how the wheel of fortune flows in your favor or against your favor, basically. Okay, so you've got the overall energies here. Karmic message for your relationship side, karmic message for your financial side, influence in the universe, influence from past self, future self, general outcome. Okay, it is so good to be back outside. It's been so bad here, the weather. It has been just so bad. Let me just get what the feel of the overall energies of the thing is at the moment. There's almost as like, yeah, you're getting on, you're doing everything like that. But it was, I don't know if it's a doubt or as if like you feel like you're being observed or surveyed or something like that. You've got the Queen of Wands there. Yeah, I think maybe you're surveying the outside. You're maybe surveying lots of different areas in your life. Could be several things within the material world, the business world, and several things within the relationship world as well. And this is where you're sort of having to be present at each individual situation, basically, and really be present. And this is not giving you enough time to sort of look up and look around. So I wouldn't, if I was you, spend too much time looking up and looking around. I would concentrate on what's going on around you. I just need to move my cup. Let's just see what's going on here. It's the path to the outcome that I feel is the most important thing here. There seems to be a question going on, where a question of sort of saying, should I, shouldn't I, sort of scenario. So what's on your karmic path? Yeah, you got a choice. Two of swords. I do think it is quite difficult, and I think this gives that whole idea of you looking around or someone looking at you, surveying you, as it were. It's you know, as a sight, you know, in a negative sense, it could be in a relationship that someone is very overpowering. That's the best way to put it. And you know, it feels like you're being watched. There is the other side of it where you are watching outside around you for you know, to make sure you're in the right position, as it were, in accordance to everything that's going on around you. The universe here is giving you the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I think the universe is being just straight with you here. I don't think it's in giving you a lot. I don't think it's taking away a lot. It's just sort of saying to you, put yourself first here, Taurus. It's very important. And this is your past self. Your past self is, I'm getting T's and I's. You've crossed the T's and dot the I's, or you should have crossed the T's and dot the I's. If you didn't cross the T's and dot the I's, so basically getting your ducks in a row for in regards to your positioning, your feelings, and so forth, in regards to relationships. If you didn't get that in a row, yes, it may be a little bit complicated manifesting what you so desire, but you should have got that in the row in the last 2 months before your birthday. This is that offering. So there's an offering of love. Either it's been coming into you, and this is what could be the pressure that's put upon you, or you're putting it into someone else, and that's come from the past. It may be you're waiting for confirmation or a response to that. Let's just see what the future self is all about. You get the Queen of Swords. This is you taking a direction, taking the direction that is best for you more than anything else. Let's see what the outcome is, because that seems to be the most important thing, I think, of this week here. You want it with bells on it, as we would say. You want everything. You want the cake and eat it too. King of Cups. Why not? That's going from that. That's what I'm saying, is about your past, converting your past into reality. There is a choice that you need to take according to this, and you do. And the overall energy is bringing in a lot of things at the same time. You just got to make sure that it sits fine for you more than anything else. On your financial side, what's this? There's loads of stuff coming in from the universe. It's your karmic path. It really is. Yeah, what you've done in the past, you've done in the past. You should have sorted things out. You've obviously got, you've done the work, you've done the groundwork. And the future's giving you a real sort of direction as well. So I think here is that you're preoccupied as much on your work side. And we, we looked at this work and play ethic in your life. Yeah, you're on a mission. You're on a mission. You're very passionate about what you're doing in the way of work or business or projects or whatever you're doing. You're very sort of passionate about it. The universe here is bringing you lots of things, as I said. The Nine of Pentacles, it's going to keep you busy, basically. And I think that's what also causes that sensation where you're keeping your head down, you're keeping yourself busy. And you've got to you're keeping an eye on your relationships, as it were. And I'm not sure that that's necessarily a good idea. Keep your eye on the ball, as it were, in regards to financial sort of sides, because there's only I think the decision here is, do they trust me or do I trust them? I think that's what comes out of it. From the past, in your financial side, yeah, you get the star card. You have been driving towards your desires more than anything else. And that's what seems to be in the past. And how you're trying to convert it into the future. You're getting a lot of help from coincidences and energies that are around you. In your future self, yeah, you get the strength card here. It is really you piercing through to another level. So it's either getting a job, starting that business, starting that project, whatever it is, you've got to not have any doubts in what you're doing, basically. What's the general outcome? Because this is the bit that's sort of interesting me more than anything else. Because there's two cards here, and it's a mixture of money and pleasure, and how you combine those two together, basically, by the looks of things. Yeah. Okay, you get the Ten of Wands and you get the Five of Cups. Now, the Ten of Wands would have come out on the top here, so that's the main card that I'm taking on. Yeah, you could be taking on too much, or you could be taking on a lot. And what you don't want to do is, you don't want to take on too much because there's a disappointment. So then what happens here is, that's probably going to play differently now for your relationship side. And that's probably why I sense this sort of like getting on doing your work and just sort of like surveying, as it were. And, if you're starting, if you're doing that and it's like not upsetting you, but it makes you feel a little bit, not comfortable in what you're doing. I've only got the French word in my head at the moment, gêné, that you're impeded in doing what you should do. So you're impeded in working really hard, and you're impeded in falling in love because you're caught between the two. And I think that's that's the decision. Either you've got to trust them, they've got to trust you, or you've just got to realize that when you work, you work, and when you stop work, you've got to stop work. That's possibly what's going through here. Okay, that's what the sort of feeling I'm getting off the whole reading. Let's just, let's just see, get it clarified and see how the best you can engage with this sort of energy. With the overall energies, you get the Queen of Wands. Yeah, I think once you are engaged fully in the moment, you'll see very quickly. It will reveal to you very quickly what is working for you, and what is working, and what is being successful, as much as sort of finances, as much as sort of relationship side. As I said at the top there, where you had the Queen of Swords, you've got to follow your path, and you've got that as well here. And I think this is it, where your path is tied into your financial side, and your path can sometimes be a little bit difficult to live. But as you're living it, you will then it's almost that you're protecting your pathway because you're living it. And I think that's a difficult decision for you to take. Wisdom is in protecting yourself in a good way of engaging in life. So you may know your bad side of life, your shadow side. That's what the hermit is all about. And that's where the universe is sort of saying, put yourself forward. You know what's good and bad. You know when it's not sitting right with you, Taurus. And I would listen to that. It's going to be very subtle. It's going to be very gentle, but I would listen to that if I was you. With the Knight of Cups, you've got the Two of Swords again. Yeah, I think this is where you've got that decision to make according to the past, according to sort of a love that you have offered or someone's offered you. I think it's fine. I really do. I just think that there's that work play ethic that could be putting a bit of doubt in the whole sort of scenario. With the Queen of Swords, you get the Five of Wands. Being the best example of yourself, is this an internal conflict? It is to a certain extent an internal conflict, but taking your path and being the best example of yourself, I think is the only option really for you more than anything else. It really is the only option. And I think realizing it, making this decision according to this offering of love within your life or the situation within your life, it's going to put you in a really nice sort of place more than anything else. Yeah, King of Cups, you get the Seven of Cups, the evident path. Now you've got the Seven as well on your karmic path, on your relationship side here. And I think this is where there's only one cup that's giving you the good stuff. This is what I call the evident path, the Seven of Cups. When you look around you, you'll see there's lots of possibilities. And if you look at each individual possibility, you'll realize that actually there's only one route you need to take. And I think this is very simple and straightforward for you, really. It's just that you've got to take the plunge, or they've got to take the plunge. It seems to be one or the other. On your financial side, now you get the Six of Pentacles as well. This is what that is obviously tied into from how the universe is influencing you, sort of saying, put yourself first. You've got to accomplish this. I think if you want the best out of the relationships around you, I think you need to concentrate on that financial side, really getting onto progressing, as it were. As I said, the universe is offering you lots of things. And I think they're offering as well good times. And that good times there has to happen within your financial side as much as in your relationship side. And this is where you've got to be wary of taking on too much with that Ten of Wands. Because you may get more disappointment out of life than you will get good, as it were. With the Star cards, yeah, you're searching, or you've prepared yourself for ultimate abundance, for the job that you really want, for the business that you want, for the projects that you want, and you've obviously been putting it in place in your life. And now it's a time of going for it, really going for it. But just don't try and take on too much. The future self, look at that, you get the Queen of Swords again. Queen of Swords on that side as well, with the Five of Wands, coming in with strength here. And this could be the fact that you've got to be strong and true to the plan of what you've set up. And yeah, there may be conflict with your partner in accordance to that. But you know the path that you should be following. You know it's right, I think, more than anything else. And I think you should stick by it. I think you should stay true to it. It will make a few waves around you, but it won't make tidal waves. It's not going to break any relationship here, but communication is obviously key. But it's the decision inside you which is going to be the most paying thing of all. Okay, if you take on too much, right, you're going to be disappointed and you'll probably lose on your financial side. And I think that comes from that looking around and everything like that. Let's take a card to sort of say, if you don't take on too much, right? Let's just say if you don't take on too much, what do you get? Yeah, that's where you got the Four of Pentacles. You have to decide. This is part of that decision there, that Two of Swords, sorry. That Two of Swords. You have to decide what you put in. And I think you can be very serious about that within your workspace. You know, you can put in 80 hours, but something's got to pay for that 80 hours. And it's not just going to be money. That's where the disappointment comes in. And when you're selective about it, this is where you'll work hard, because you do work hard, Taurus, and you'll get the results. But at the same time, you have to be selective. I wouldn't give it away freely, because you've got to set a precedence, as it were, in regards to the workspace and your relationship side. There you go, Taurus. That seems to be the conundrum for the week for you, that decision on the relationship side, which is being so highly affected by your financial side. Well, I'll either see you over on Cymatic TV, our sister channel, all about energy. You can, the links apparently have not been working for booking up appointments, but you can book up a reading with me, linked in the description below. Yes, so I'll maybe even see you there for that. Whatever it is, wherever I see you, thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate all the support you show us. In the meantime, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.